All right, everybody, welcome back. Trying to go over Guilty Gear without going into craziness right now. You know, we kind of went into like the crazy dust combos and stuff like that, but I'll try to keep it basic for the sake of the people watching this.
Okay.
So let's go over some defensive options here.
Okay.
One of the main defensive options, like I said, is the backdash. Lots of invincibility on backdash. However, different characters have different amounts of backdash.
Oh, I see.
And in fact, most characters, I mean, it's not like Street Fighter where it's like most everybody is 8 frames and then there's like, oh, Cammy has 7,
right.
you know, or, Fuerte has 6, right?
Right?
It's not like that, right? Actually, Fuerte has 7, Cammy has 6. Anyway, but they're wildly different, and the biggest example of this is Potemkin, who pretty much is invincible the entire time he's backdashing. And it's so good. Like, you can actually have it so someone jumps at you, backdash, they whiff and attack you, land, and SPD them.
I like it.
Like, you can do shenanigans like that. You can walk up to people right when they get up, backdash, they wake up with like a move, and then you SPD them.
Oh, that's pretty
stuff
cool.
like that. There's a lot of little shenanigans that you can do. But it's all different. It's all different for every character. But there is a lot of backdash for most characters.
Okay.
A lot of invincibility on their backdash for most characters.
Okay. So
that's one defensive option. Obviously, you can block.
Right.
Now, one of the most important ones is if you hold back, any of the 3 backs, right, and you hold any 2 attack buttons, that is not dust. So hold any buttons like this, and you start glowing green. You see how my tension is draining? See my meter draining right now? Yours is not going to drain because you have
it's on
infinity.
infinite, yeah.
So I'm going to do that again. So this is going to drain, and what this ends up doing is this is called, I think it's called perfect guard is what I call it. Everybody I know called it green blocking, right? But I think it's called faultless defense or perfect guard or something to that effect. Now, what does this do? Prevents you from taking any chip damage.
Okay.
Right? So if you have 0 life and someone does like some crazy meaty super on you and you have meter, you just like wake up and like it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Right? Another thing too, jump and air block. So jump neutral and air block, right? So this game is very Alpha 3 like. Alpha 2 like, I should say. You know, you can air block only specific moves. And in fact, most things on the ground, so jump again, as long as I'm still on the ground, you cannot air block it.
Oh, I see.
So it's very, very similar to the Alpha games.
Okay.
So the first frame of that uppercut, you cannot air block because I'm still touching the ground.
Oh, okay.
If I uppercut too early, you can air block that.
Oh,
right?
I just screwed up, I think, actually.
Oh, maybe that's not an air blockable move. It might be different.
Sorry, it's... Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
okay.
there was, right? However, jump and green block now.
Okay.
You can air block everything.
Okay.
You can air block everything.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a super good way to defend. Now, a lot of people who play Persona, whenever an opponent rushes you down, you get locked down, you're kind of like, I need to find the hole and escape, right? You can be a little more proactive in this. There's no push blocking in this game.
Okay.
However, block. Just low block, for example. So, look how far back I get pushed. I'm about right there, right? Green block now.
Okay.
No, just start green blocking right now. See how much farther I get pushed back?
Yeah.
So what green block does is it increases pushback. So that way, if someone is rushing you down, you can use meter to get them away from you. And it's...
Here, wait, let me do this sitting right here.
Okay.
So, who's getting pushed here? Is it me or you?
You're getting pushed back further. Oh, but I do slide back a little bit.
So it's both?
Yeah, well, just low block. Let me see if I go back. Yeah, see, I don't get pushed back there.
Oh, okay.
So I get pushed back ever so slightly.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're both moving a little bit.
Yeah. But in other words, it's a way to get past a lot of rush down.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's rushing you down... So then there's this little meta game. Like sometimes you're just blocking stuff and you don't have a lot of meter and you don't want to green block all your meter away. So you're like, you know what? I'm just going to take this rush down and be okay with it. But then sometimes you're like, I really need momentum, so I'm going to instant block. I'm going to perfect guard and push them away.
I think faultless defense?
Faultless defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect guard, faultless defense, different translations of the same phrase.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, yeah. So it's very, very specific. Now... Another thing in this game that exists is the same thing that Persona has, is the instant blocking. So just defend, parry timing blocking.
Oh.
So, for example, let's go in the corner, just regular block. Just regular block this, right? So now I'm just getting 1, 2, 3 attack. Okay?
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna attack?
I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Right there. You see yourself flash white?
Yeah.
That's instant blocking. And
Okay.
what that does is it makes you recover, I believe, 2 or 3 frames faster.
Can you hear? I'm just gonna block regularly and do that move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then 1, 2, 3.
Oops,
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just
See?
wanted to see like how fast I recovered. So okay.
Yeah,
It's a tiny but noticeable difference.
Yeah, it's a tiny bit notable difference. And I do believe, so block my chain really quick. So just block this chain and try to white block the second one. There you go. So you can do it in the middle of chains. And there's
Okay.
some things that are unpunishable, that are safe. But if you can white block it in the middle of a chain, you can
okay.
end up punishing it a little bit better. And since this game has, so block,
Yeah.
so block, and then once you block the first move, let go of the joystick.
Okay.
It's like the other Street Fighter games.
It has absolute guard.
Has absolute guard. So
So that is to say, once you start blocking, you'll just keep blocking as long as you're in block stun.
exactly. And unlike Street Fighter 4, I'm pretty sure hit stun and block stun are the same.
Oh, sweet.
So that way, it's not going to be specific.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason not to white cancel, to instant block while you're blocking
I
stuff.
guess that's true.
So, but then, you go with the overhead mix-ups or whatever like that and mess them up while they're trying to do that and stuff. Or if you think they're going to do that all day, I'm just going to command throw you instead.
Right, they can vary the chains.
Right, exactly.
sure.
But that's super high-level technique right there. That's super high-level technique. And so the last form of defense is something called slashback. This is probably the one thing that doesn't follow any sort of really measurable meter usage. Like if you notice every time I do it,
Oh, it's just
it's
like a
draining
little bit.
tiny percent. I heard it's 2%. But basically the command is while holding back or down back, hit slash and hard slash at the same time. Those 2 buttons specifically.
Can you turn me on just 100% meter rather than...
Sure. Where is it?
There it is, tension, yeah.
Tension 100.
Cool.
So if you
All
do
right,
it...
while you're talking, I'm just going to see how many times it takes me to get down to 0.
Sure, no problem. So basically... Oh, no, you're doing the wrong one. You're doing the green... Hit slash and hard slash.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So these are the only 2 buttons you cannot hold for faultless defense. So that's one thing to note. And in fact, oftentimes I actually just hold like 3 buttons for faultless defense.
2%.
2%, huh? So you did it 50 times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. So it is 2%. So basically, the question now comes down to is what the hell is this doing, right? You
Yeah.
notice that it just flashes very fast.
Right.
They put a parry mechanic into the game.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. So let's try to do it. It's gonna be so hard to time.
Oh, yeah?
But-
What am I going to be parrying here?
So I'm just gonna do this move right here.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. Oh, do you want to do 1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, go on 3?
Let's do it on 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. There it was. And you did it exactly right there. And now you can recover super fast and punish me.
So, is it like Third Strike in that if something hits load, you have to do like down back plus
It's a good question.
slash hard slash?
It's a good question. Let's try. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There it was.
There it was. I wasn't pressing down. Awesome. Before.
Oh,
I
okay,
just-
okay. But yeah, that's a slashback. Now, to be honest with you, like I it's a mechanic in the game, so I'll explain it. Super high level, very rarely seen.
The
Slashback mechanic. Like it's harder than red parries.
Okay. The timing?
The window for it is like so small, and not only that, but after you're done, you're vulnerable for a little period of time. So if
wow.
I'm holding back and I slash back like this, I don't get a free parry attempt.
Right.
If I mistime it, even though my character's not doing anything, there's a few frames afterwards where you will hit me.
Okay.
And I will die.
Okay.
So it's like super
risky, huh?
desperation, or like if you just are feeling it,
Uh-huh.
you can do it.
Uh-huh.
But otherwise, I don't see it very often in high level play.
Okay.
It's so risky in this game. There's so much damage. Like the amount of damage you can do in this game is ridiculous.
Right.
So it's just so risky to do. But if you're desperate, it's there.
Okay.
And you can do it. So that's a defensive option. A combination defensive offensive option obviously is burst.
Right, yeah. What's the command for that?
Burst is any attack button plus dust. So any 2 buttons as long as one of them is dust.
Got it.
So you can burst however you want. And in fact, when I burst, I used to hit all 5. Well, I used to hit like 3 buttons. I would like hit a ton of buttons.
Just in case?
Yeah. But in any case, that's burst. So do you remember when we were going over Persona, how there was like all these different bursts and like they had different behaviors depending on when you do it?
Yeah.
Same thing in this game. So there's basically 2 bursts. There's gold burst.
Right.
And then there's regular burst. So hit me with a combo. Oops.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong. There, blue burst. Blue burst and gold burst. So there's basically combo breaker, blue burst, and gold burst. Now, so hit me again, and I'll do the blue burst. So blue burst is a combo breaker, obviously, right?
Right.
Blue burst is invincible on the way up, vulnerable on the way down. So even if I'm in the air and I do a burst, do you see how I can't do anything?
Oh, you can't do it. Oh, okay. So do it. No. Go like back up.
Oh, okay.
And then do it in the air. So I'm just gonna like knock you in. Oh, bam! Oh my god, that didn't work out like I expected at all.
Oh, you know what? I'm gold bursting, so you're not gonna be able to hit me. Sorry, it has to be a blue burst. I'll get into gold burst in a second. Okay, so blue burst basically is vulnerable on the way down, so you can hit them. They're punishable. So if I burst in the sky, like if you do the uppercut move.
I see.
Do the uppercut move. And now I'm free to die, basically. You can kill me for free at that point in time, right?
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing about it, so on the way up, I'm invulnerable. On the way down, I'm just completely punishable, right?
Right.
However, on the way up, you are not throw invincible. You can actually be air thrown. And this becomes like a super high level attack. So, like, you can jump cancel your standing slash, for example, right? There are players who, if they think you're going to burst, they'll like jump, cancel, and move and throw you. Or in an air combo, they'll hit you with a thing, and as soon as you burst, they'll jump up and air throw you before you go up to the sky. And the funny thing is, I think the combo meter keeps going even when you do that, too. But you can end up throwing that. So there's a lot of ways to bait burst.
Okay,
burst
I like
bait.
that's cool.
You can also just jump back, cancel, air block the burst.
Okay, so burst is not
burst
unblockable or anything.
No, burst is very risky. And in fact, like a lot of times they were saying in Persona, you always want to burst in the middle. Like, for example, Soul has this move, right? Which is a 2-hit move. So pretty much you can burst in the middle of that, and there's nothing I can do about it unless I really feel like Roman canceling and blocking, right?
Okay.
But otherwise, you have to be careful with bursts. Like, at first, you're just going to burst people, and it's going to be like a free combo breaker. Then when it gets into high-level play, that's when you get the burst baiting, and it's just not going to be fun at all. Like,
so I imagine like bursting when you're like being air comboed is probably really stupid, right?
Depends. Because
it's
jump cancel, air
you're
throw.
So punishable, right?
But the other thing too is the opponent has to be ready for it.
Right.
Like if they're just doing an air combo on you and they're just going about their merry way, you'll get them.
Okay.
You'll get them most of the time. And see, that's the trick. If they're gonna burst. If they're going to try to bait your burst and double jump cancel into a throw, and you don't burst, you've just dropped your own combo. So at higher levels, it becomes like sometimes you'll see someone abandon a combo and the other guy just falls, and you're like, why did he do that?
Oh, yeah.
Probably because he was trying to bait a burst and the guy didn't do it. So, yeah.
Okay. And then gold bursts?
So gold burst is if you just activate a burst anytime you want. Oh, and by the way, so basically, if you just activate a burst while in neutral situation. So you can't cancel into a burst. There's no such thing as canceling into a burst.
Yeah,
right?
okay, sure.
So it's only while you're getting hit or while you're blocking. I can burst while blocking too. So start attacking me right now. So if I really hate your pressure, I will burst and get away from that, right?
Okay.
So, but if I'm neutral and I gold burst, so what this ends up doing... Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my attention to normal.
I think that was mine.
Oops. So back to 100.
What's the command to get from player to enemy?
LB or RB.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what I'm going to do is turn my attention to normal.
Right.
Start it here. Gold burst, if you think about it, like let's say I'm at the last round, I have no life left.
Mm-hmm.
You have this ton of life. I need a comeback now. So what I'm going to try to do is hit you with a gold burst. So I'm going to run up to you and hit you with a gold burst. I just gained full meter.
Right.
It gives you all of your meter.
Right.
And the other thing about it too is that it's completely invincible on the way up, completely invincible on the way down.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Cannot
that's
be
why I couldn't
thrown.
hit you.
Cannot be thrown. And the thing about it is, like, when I land, I can do something right away. So it is a Hail Mary, I need a comeback. Like, I have a burst. Next combo, I'm going to die. So it's not going to save me in that situation. So my goal now is to try to hit him with a burst. And in fact, I don't even think you can combo bursts at all. So even if I gold burst like that.
You mean combo into a burst?
Yeah, combo into a burst. So I can't even get a guaranteed
Right.
gold burst.
That makes sense.
What's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, you can throw a gold burst. Okay, so they say you can throw a gold burst.
Just not hittable.
Yeah, it's just not hittable. Okay, cool. So basically, yeah. So it's just it's a means by which you want to make a comeback because you're like, I need meter, but you can't combo into it. So
Yeah.
you have to like bait him into something, hit him with it,
Okay.
and this is dangerous too because like let's say I'm trying to bait him something and then they hit me and then I burst and then you just get a blue burst, right? So
Can you turn off your burst meter, like make it just regular?
yeah, sure.
As I just like how does it build? What are the conditions?
Well, if you look at it, it's just building little by little.
That's what it does?
now. Yeah, but the more attacks you do, I think it builds faster. I think it builds faster if you attack.
It doesn't look like
Ooh,
it.
it doesn't look like it. So it looks like it just builds by time.
Builds when you get hit. I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me do this.
Oh yeah, there you go. So
Right.
it builds when I get hit as well.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is, this is just like Persona, lasts all 3 rounds. So it's so my super meter always starts at 0 at the beginning of every round, but burst is fixed. So a lot of times you'll see people burst at the very beginning of a fight, like the first combo they get hit by, because now they have the rest of the game to build more bursts and stuff like that. But if I use a burst at the end of a round and then I die, I start the next round with exactly the same amount of burst that I have.
So how many times would you get burst realistically?
If you go 3 rounds, most of the time that's about 2 bursts
Okay.
you get. Yeah, you get about 2 bursts. And it's one of the biggest resources in the game that you have to be really good at managing.
Sure, yeah.
If you just end up like bursting for no reason, like some guy hits you with a fireball and you burst, it's just like that is such a that is a horrible thing to have happen to
Okay.
you, basically.
Okay.
Bursts are super valuable in this game.
Okay.
So one more thing I want to talk about. I missed a defensive mechanic,
Okay.
which is the dead angle attack.
Okay.
So start doing a chain on me. So it's alpha counter, right?
Oh, there is. Oh, yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to ask whether that's in
So
the...
basically the alpha counter code is towards and any 2 attack buttons.
Do it on me? I'm sorry.
Ooh, okay, I just happened to do the wrong move that makes that high invincible or something. There it is, yeah. So let me do something that's hittable there. Boom.
Okay.
Axles is not very good. Intentionally done. Intentionally so.
Well, okay. I mean, are there ones that you can combo out of? Like,
Yes.
Oh, there are. Okay.
Johnny has one that you can combo out of, I believe. I think... Talk about guard bar. Okay, I will. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about
Yeah,
guard bar.
I was gonna ask about that. So,
Okay, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it is an alpha counter, does no damage, like maybe a pixel or whatever like that. It's just a get off me move. It'll knock the opponent away. And actually, no, Johnny's, I don't think you can combo off of it. So, but okay, let's talk about guard bar really
yeah,
quick.
which is
That little red bar.
Yeah,
I'm
they-
pointing to my monitor right now. You can't see it.
the funny thing is I thought about doing that just before you did, and I was like, oh no, hold on.
So-
and then I was gonna try to like use this camera, but we're to the side of it, so it doesn't even make sense.
Between your headshot
It's just above the names.
and yeah, just above the names, there's this little red bar, and you notice that it's sitting in the middle. It's sitting in the middle. This is actually a really important bar. It's not just a guard bar that people want to talk about, but start blocking. Start blocking. As you keep blocking, you see that the red bar keeps building up like this?
Right.
And as it keeps building up, now it's flashing red, okay? Now it's flashing. It's just flashing. But you'll notice something. You're never going to get guard broken.
Oh, okay.
You can block forever like this, right? Now, stop blocking. Boom, counter hit. As long as the bar is flashing, every hit is a counter hit.
Oh, okay.
So as you're blocking stuff, it gets riskier and riskier and riskier because there are some counter hit combos in this game that are ridiculous. If you have a full bar, like also watch this, like keep blocking again.
Yeah.
You'll notice one really important thing about counter hits. Okay, let go. look how long you reeled for.
Yeah.
Right? Counter hits in this game isn't like, I'm just going to add like 2 frames of reel. It changes entire properties of stuff. So Johnny, for example, has moves that will hit, and he can like cancel and like recover, and the opponent's just like hovering in the air. Like he's just, and just stays there in the air for this really long time before he moves. You can really put the hurt on people once that happens. So if I build up your bar and I grab you with this, then I'm like counter hit, counter hit, counter hit, and then you notice that when the bar was built up, I could hit you with like 3 moves in a row that are counter hit.
Oh, while the guard bar drains down. Okay.
Yeah, and every hit will drain it down a little bit more.
Okay.
So as long as you're not blocking, it'll drain down slowly by itself. It always tries to reset to neutral. It always tries to reset to neutral. That's really important because you'll notice where your bar is right now. If you get hit, see how it drains down?
Right.
And then it jumps immediately back up to neutral, right?
Right.
This is the only game that has a physical representation of hit stun deterioration. The further that bar gets drained, the more hit stun deterioration is taking place.
Oh, wow.
So that's what prevents the infinites and stuff like that. Or like Jam has, you can do air dash, jab, 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 hit a move, air dash, cancel, jab, 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 jab. And so the further that goes down, the shorter your hit stun is, the more your hit stun pushback is. So when moves hit, you get launched back further. In fact, I made a Johnny combo video a long time ago where I do this super long combo, and the last hit, you just see Johnny get launched clear across the screen because the bar has drained so far down that the hit just pushes him all the way back. So,
Okay.
but I really do like the fact that there is a physical representation of it.
Interesting.
So, I mean, literally, once you start blocking and your tension meter goes all the way up, so let me up your guard balance here. So, see, here I can set it to whatever I want to in this game. So it'll always reset to that value. So if I set you all the way to 128.
What a random number.
But if I hit you like this, see, I can get all sorts of counter hits. See, like, oh yeah, and then you'll dizzy earlier too because everything does more damage and stuff like that. But like this combo, that doesn't normally combo, I'm pretty sure. Like, fierce into that, and then that shouldn't combo. See, you can't even flip in the sky and stuff like that. So also another thing too, I should talk about air recovery.
Oh, yeah.
So just like,
actually, you know what, like while we're talking about counter hits, is there the same kind of thing like in Persona where there are certain counter hits that will like act as counter hits for the whole combo? No,
there's no fatal counters.
Yeah,
in this
fatals.
game.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just if you hit and it's a counter hit, it's a counter hit.
Okay.
That's just the way it works. So
and is it the same property for a counter hit for the most part, other than the guard bar? If I'm doing a move and you're doing a move and yours,
if I hit you out of the startup of the move, you get counter hit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, out of the startup of the move. So that's a counter hit. And then what was I going to talk about? I just totally spaced out.
Recovery.
Air recovery. Right. So in this game, unlike Persona, you can't hold a button. You tend to mash once you start getting hit. So basically just mash.
I don't have to do it. There's no directional.
There are 3 different directions
Okay.
that you can. Oh no! I think this one has 4. There's 4 different directions that you can actually recover in this one. There's front, back, neutral, and hold down.
Okay, so I'll do front first.
Okay, so front, you pop forward
Right.
like that, right? Back, you pop back like that. Neutral.
Yeah, I did that before.
Oh no, neutral is the same as down. That's right. Okay, never mind. There's only 3. So
Wait,
sorry.
so what?
There's only 3.
Okay,
There's
just do it again.
Okay.
So I can do neutral here.
Now, there's neutral. Yeah. So there's only 3 then.
So holding down won't do anything.
I don't think so. No. Try again. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same.
looks
It's
the
the
same.
same.
And
It's the
up.
same.
I just want to try it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing about that is that depending on like the momentum of your character falling, forward and back will always make you flip forward or back. And you see that little pop-up animation. If you happen to be falling and do a neutral one, you kind of drop straight down a lot of times. Like in the timing that you were doing it, you noticed that you would pop up a little bit.
Yeah.
But there are certain, like if you're already kind of falling, you can neutral and you'll just drop straight down. So actually, it's a really defensive way to recover and get to the ground in certain situations. Now, as soon as you do a flip or air recovery, you're invincible for a period of time as you're bouncing back. You can cancel that invincibility period into a button.
Do I get all my air options back?
Not necessarily. I think it depends. I don't think you do. Like, try to double jump afterwards. Oops.
Oh, sorry. I'm just holding up.
Hold back when you recover. Okay, you do. You get your air options back then.
Well, here, wait, hold on. Let me do a double jump and then hit me.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you do. And in fact, that's actually one of the most common ones now that I remember is the recover and air dash. Like recover back air dash or recover forward air dash. That's actually one of the most common ones that's there. Now, just like Persona, you know how when you do combos, if the meter turns yellow, then that means you didn't do the combo properly? This one has the same thing. It's really hard to see, though. You see the word beat that shows up next to the combo meter?
Yeah.
You'll see if I do an unsuccessful combo, how beat turns dark like that. That's the same thing.
It means that I could have recovered if I...
Means you could have recovered. Also, another thing to note is that neutral recovery has a height restriction. So that's why when I sweep you like this and I do this, you can't neutral recover because you're too close to the ground. So sometimes if you're falling and you're too close to the ground, you can't do a neutral recovery. You can only do a forward or a back recovery.
Okay.
So, but that's a super important part of the game is recovering in the air. And again, there's a lot of mix-ups based on that. So now you got to guess whether they flip forward or flip backwards. And so a lot of times you try to find combos that put them to the ground so that they can't flip, so that you have better okazeme.
Is it the same? Like, are all the moves that were not air blockable before still not air blockable? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like your reset.
You're just like your reset.
Just like you're just in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one thing about recovery. And this game has a really tricky system. So, we talked about being able to, double jump and stuff like that. I don't want to get too much details because Kugi is going to get really mad at me. But there are, for example, like if I uppercut and Roman cancel when I'm in the sky, see how I couldn't double jump there?
Oh, you don't gain that back.
Depends on the move. Some moves you can do it, some moves you can't.
Okay.
And that's just the game. I think it's certain moves are that way and certain ones are not like that. So, and that actually starts coming into where jump install comes in, and I don't want to get into that.
Jump install. Okay.
Because Kugi will get really mad at me. So.
So is there? We haven't talked about instant kill yet, but is there anything else that we haven't talked about?
Let me think. Well, let's just do instant kill while I think about it a little bit.
Sure.
Instant kill is all 4 attack buttons. And you go into this. And once you enter this mode, you notice that there's that little bar at the bottom that keeps draining down. It's called attack.
Yeah.
So what happens is that just keeps draining down. That's a timer. That's all it is a timer for you to do 2 quarter circle forward plus hard slash. So double quarter circle forward plus hard slash. And boom, instant kill. You kill him for that round.
I like it.
But you notice how much startup there is to it, right? You saw how long you were sitting there for, so it's very... This almost never comes up in real time as well, right? So, boom, now I'm ready to go. Now, the tricky part about this is... Block really quick? Well, actually, you don't even need a block because I don't reach. You notice if I whiff, I can still fight, right? In a normal fight, my tension bar is gone now. I have no more super meter for the rest of the round.
Even if... Well... If it hits, then it's over. So if it whiffs, then... If it
whiffs or if it drains by itself.
I
see. You just have no more tension bar. You are now basically completely naked, and you will die a horrible death because you have very few options now.
So it's a crazy risk.
In short. Yeah. It's very risky, and for the most part, you'll almost never see it happen. However, there are 2 very specific cases that I can think of that it's actually practical. And we'll get in, but they're so specific. I don't
we do that later.
Get into it.
Okay.
Kugi, let's see. Oh, what's going on, Specs? He wore a Metroid hat.
It drains the life if instant kill bar empties.
That's right too. Yes, and then your health just starts draining little by little from wherever it's at. So, it's really bad. They basically, it's like Pandora. Like you just don't do it. You just don't do it. It's not useful. So, yeah.
Okay.
But it's there, and like I said, there are a couple of very specific situations where you can use it. In fact, there's one character in particular who actually runs a huge risk of being instant killed, just because of the way of one of her mechanics work. And that's Abba. She has a mechanic that actually there's some characters who can, almost guaranteed instant kill her. So, but we'll get into that if we get a chance to go into character specifics. I don't know if we have a lot of time for that.
Yeah, we can do that stuff.
Okay.
So, what about Clash?
Clash, basically, if two moves attack each other and their hitboxes happen to touch each other at just the right time, and I don't think it has to do with move strength. Maybe it does.
Oh yeah, I got the best kick.
It's like if we can manage to get, like if we can manage to trade hits, you see this big lightning clash that actually happens.
Right.
You standing punch. He
Punch?
says, yeah.
Sure.
So
You mean this thing?
that move, Kugi. Okay, stop hitting me. Okay, try again. There it is, right there.
Rad.
All right. Now the interesting thing about clashes is as soon as you clash, you can cancel into another normal attack, even if you couldn't chain that move normally.
Oh, what? Okay, do it.
Yeah. Oops. I can't get away. Okay. See, like that.
Yeah,
You can actually chain into another move like that. But there's actually like very few times people are ready, like actually have it happen that they're ready for it, and it's like, let me take advantage of this. But there are some sequences that you see people have practiced, like at the beginning of a match, two players who are like friends, like they'll put on a show. It's just like clash, 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 and then they air dash away from each other. They both taunt, and then
How do you taunt?
the respect button, which we've turned off.
What? Why would we turn that off?
Because we took it off of the button config.
Oh, did we?
Yes,
I didn't
we
even
did.
realize.
Help and options. So if I turn respect back on.
Oh, that was what was B?
Yeah.
Let's put that on
Okay, sure.
LT.
So taunt.
Oh, my taunt sucks. I'm not playing this character anymore. Alright.
Kugi has a video for us to watch. Oh, I think he has one of those Clash videos here. Here, I'll just pull it up real quick. And if we don't show it, we'll link it on stream later on. So
Yeah, sure.
we'll link it on the
On the or on YouTube and stuff later.
Yeah. Well, people really,
is there anything
really
else?
wanna see it.
People do want to see it?
People want to see it. All right.
Does taunting actually do anything?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. I think taunts are just taunts, but you can cancel the end of it though.
I'm just trying to see if I have like... Come on, air taunt. Nope.
No, there's no air taunt, so...
That'd be cool.
Okay. Sanchez is talking something about taunt after KO.
Oh, is there... Can you do like courtesy duff stuff after...
I'm not sure if Sanchez can explain it a little bit while I try to get the video showing here.
You probably just press taunt after KO.
Oops.
Right?
I don't think it has any purpose.
Well, I'm assuming that if Sanchez is talking about something, then it doesn't have any purpose.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh, gives the opponent 50% meter at the start of the next round.
Oh, for real? Okay. Alright.
Good stuff.
Alright.
Good stuff.
So that's the only way to get meter in between rounds, huh?
I guess so, yeah.
Nice.
Let's see here.
Oh, are you trying to figure out how to put that on right now?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm going to get it on there.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll get whatever video that Kugi's talking about
Yeah,
up on the old stream.
everybody's dying to see, so...
Oh, wow. That was screwy.
Yeah, I know. There we go. So,
Dude, that's probably fine.
just like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
Here we go. Done selecting, dissolve, here we go. So let's see this here. So people can see this video. Oh yeah, they're probably gonna do it.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and you see how he's canceling a special move into itself? Even special moves on Lightning
sick.
can be canceled into itself.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then they fight. And it's cute exhibition.
That is
stuff.
cute. That is cute.
Cute exhibition stuff. Yes, it's fun. It's fun. So.
Kugi, did you just have that like in your favorites list or something? Like,
I know, right?
How'd you pull that up so instantly?
It's
Man.
so funny. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the majority of the mechanics
Okay.
in this
And-
game.
oh, Dizzy.
Oh yeah, Dizzy, of course. If you can fall Dizzy in this game. And when you fall dizzy, the instant you fall dizzy, you just start seeing the angels around your head right away.
You don't fall down?
No, even in the middle of a combo, you can still keep getting hit by that. Now, the tricky thing is, as you shake, the angels will fly away. Like, there's multiple angels, and they fly away one by one, and if you recover, you know, the last angel flies away and you recover. If you mash, they go away faster. So now, if you're in the middle of some combo and they fall dizzy, you can keep the combo going, and they can shake out, and the dizzy can go entirely away while they're being comboed. Or you can drop the combo and start a combo brand new against them. So it's kind of like a decision-making, like, how you want to do it. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't see dizzies happen too often. They will happen, though, for sure. And no, actually, that's a lie, because there's some characters, like May, if she counter-hits you with, like, towards punch, like, for some reason, it just, like, gets close to stun really fast.
Okay, so... is stun invisible? You just have to kind of know when it's gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the instant it happens, the angels show up, so
Yeah.
you know right away when it happens.
And then so say this happens, you get dizzy during a combo. The combo ends. Are you now staggered like you're in a dizzy?
You will get up still
Assuming
dizzy.
that the angels haven't gotten away.
You'll just get up still dizzy.
Okay.
So, Okay.
And then how about hold on. Isn't there like some stagger business that happened earlier?
Oh yeah, this thing right here.
There you go. Yeah, this you.
So if I do this, you can actually shake the controller back and forth and recover faster. Oops, you
I
fell
just
dizzy.
got yeah. Oh yeah, there.
Whee!
That worked out pretty well.
Good. Okay. So if I hit you with this, you can actually shake it. So remember when I did this combo? Don't shake.
Yeah.
Okay, don't shake. See how I got 3 hits like
Right.
that? Now shake. Whoops, let me try one more time. You recovered so much faster.
Right.
So there are just certain moves that do that.
Okay.
And if you know what they are, you know, it's very important, because if you don't... So, for example, Holy Order Soul has this combo. Whoops. I'm sorry, Soul has this combo where I get this ground slide here. Oh, I should talk about the slide mechanic and stuff like that. But I get this here. So don't shake. Don't shake.
Don't shake?
Yeah. So... I get this combo here where then I get to launch you off the ground and all this stuff and do all this crazy stuff here, right?
Okay.
But so if you see yourself get hit by this and you shake, you can block it in time. So
that's like useless in practical.
No, if the opponent's not waiting for it, it's...
Why wouldn't they be waiting for it?
Because it's just in the middle of combat, you just hit him with this and you're like, oh shoot, I need to start, and then you've gotten hit already. It's like, you know I'm going to hit you with this, so you're shaking right away. Boom.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Right.
That's an overhead? Or was I just not blocking?
Low block? Yeah, it's
Okay.
an overhead. So, so there are wall bounces in this game. For example, Soul. Let me think. Is it this move? Let me see. Which move is it? It's this move. It's my force break, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I get a wall bounce there. So certain moves will wall bounce you, and then you can combo off of that. There's such thing as wall sticking to the wall. There's some moves that'll launch you and you just land flat against the wall, and then you can be comboed off of that. There's a new sliding mechanic that was introduced, I think, in this game, which you saw with this. Remember how I said OTGs you couldn't do anything after?
Yeah.
This sliding mechanic is... See how they slide along the ground there like that? As long as they're sliding...
Let me go out.
Okay. As long as you're sliding on the ground, if you're hit out of the air, you can be juggled. You can be popped up and juggled.
Okay.
There are also some very specific moves that just set up a knockdown that you can be juggled off of. The most infamous being Potemkin's Earthquake move, the slide head, where he hits you on the ground and you fall on the ground. He can juggle you off of that. It's so good. It's so good. Dude, oh, I gotta make Potemkin so good in this game.
I wish that was in there in XX when I played.
Yeah, it's so good. But so there are some situations where you can OTG people and get combos off of that. So, is there any other crazy?
Yeah, anything else that we've missed?
Like any ground bounces? There are no ground bounces in this game, I don't think. It's so good.
Well, okay, what did we miss then? Let me know. Ground bounces do in fact exist, they're saying.
Okay. There are ground bounces and wall splats. Okay, so there are some ground bounces here. Axle, bomber, ground bounces. Okay.
Axel Bomber?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's just certain moves that when they hit, you bounce off the ground and you can combo afterwards. Yeah. I remember Slayers now. I do remember Slayers on counter hit. So like he has a air, like you could do jumping H, and if you touch a button, he counter hits you. You just bounce off the floor, and he can combo you off of that.
Sweet.
So.
Well, I guess your command grab is it's probably not considered a ground bounce, right?
It could be.
Maybe.
Sure, let's say it is. Just for
I don't know. I just made it up.
Boom. Yeah, see, this uppercut's really good because I get this knockdown and then I get like stuff going off over there. So.
Let me know if there's anything else that we haven't talked about in terms of game mechanics.
I did talk about the green guard, so.
Oh, boom, right there.
Yeah, I mean, I did play this game a lot, but yeah. So there's a ground bounce right there. I played this game a lot. I mained Johnny. I had secondaries in Biken and Bridget. I dabbled in Slayer and Soul every once in a while. That was when me and my friend were basically just trying to play the characters that we hated. So, like, I hated Slayer so much, so I just learned Slayer just to troll him, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both hate Soul, so we learned Soul to learn how to fight this character because Soul's really irritating. But, yeah. So I guess what we'll do...
You still want to do character stuff? I mean, I'd like to.
Let's do super quick. I'm not going to go very detailed into the characters at all, but I'm just going to talk about... Every character has a thing about them, so we'll just go into that.
Let's take a break and then we'll do that.
No problem. Okay. Oops. Hang on a second. I was about to show you the stream chat, which you guys can see already. Okay.